episode 78 of the Tori Creates podcast. My name is Tori, the mastermind behind the crazy, and thank you for joining me today. Probably 2 to 3 weeks ago, I filmed a podcast, and I never edited it, never uploaded it, never saw the light of day. So, fast forward several weeks later, and I have a lot more to show. So basically what's going to happen is editing Tori's not going to like me. There's fiber everywhere. Because I'm going to splice these together. So there will be a outfit change halfway through because I will have things to share, and I'm just going to put that in because I don't want to refilm it. I'll forget something. So yeah, let's try this again. So today is October 26th. It's a lovely Saturday. Actually, the lighting might be a little weird. You'll notice I've got the curtain partially pulled because it's very sunny, and with the light turning, it's hard to get everything in the right spot. But I basically have a nice big pile of stuff around me, and I need to go through it. So I figured I would share what I've got and what has changed, what's updated, and then I will splice in the other footage. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, so you'll be seeing pieces of Tori from the past mixed in. So let's start with some finished objects, which that's mostly what I had last time, so to be honest. But I finally finished this. It's not like finished. I need to wash it and block it and get the little water soluble pen off of it. But I finally finished this embroidery. Finally. I think it's cute. I want to finish it this weekend so I can hang it up as decor. But yeah. Be thankful. Is it my best work? No, but I really enjoyed working on it. So, yeah, this is one of my final works in progress. I mean, all I really had to do was fill in the little berries and do some detail stitching, and then it was done. So that is all set. I just need to do some final touches on it, and then we're good to go there. Another finished item. Whoops, sorry. I hit the table on accident. There are all kinds of stuff in here that I don't need. Another finished item, or items that I completed, is I had been working on those crocheted pumpkins, and I decided I would try, or knitted pumpkins, excuse me. I decided I would try a crochet version, and this is how the crochet version came out versus the knitted version. They both have the thing. I'm just trying to hold these one-handed so I don't lose my basket. But I ended up liking the texture on the crocheted version better, actually. I still do an I-cord stem, so there's still knitting involved, but otherwise there's a crocheted leaf. There's a nice texture to the fabric the way I did it. Yeah, I think was it half double crochet through back loop only for however long, and then seam it into a tube and turn it into a pumpkin. So I did that one, and I decided that my entire personality was going to become these pumpkins. These aren't even done yet. So let's see what I've got. That's not done. Those aren't done. I started batch making pumpkins, let's put it this way. So, oh, I'm sorry, these are covered in fur. They need to be defurred with a lint roller and some quality time with me checking them. But I did a neon pink one with the stem and leaf. I've got another one of these. I did a neon green one with the black stem and leaf. A black one with a neon green stem and leaf. a black one with a pink stem and leaf. I think I did 2 pink ones with a black stem and leaf, slightly different sizes. And yeah, this is the last one. And then the last one I finished was another basic one. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 finished pumpkins. Then, because I turned this into an assembly line, and I was all about making pumpkins, I have a whole bunch of these that I just have to make leaves and stems for. So I've got more purple. I have orange, like straight orange. Another pink, some more greens, another black, another orange, and then I messed around with a dual tone, which I think is kind of fun. I might make another one of those. But yeah, I made a whole bunch of pumpkins, and I need to pick this back up and work on it. But I had a lot of fun. I ended up using the pink, green, and black yarn left over from my cardigan. And then I ended up going to Joann's with some of my friends. That's where that went. Cord tie. And I got a purple because I was talking to Justin about how I wanted this particular purple because I thought it'd be a good, like the Halloween purple. And so I got that. And I had the black too. And then the orange, like all of this is leftovers or yarns that I had purchased for the sake of making stuff like this. Like the greens on here are either leftovers or yarn I'd purchased specifically for amigurumi. So I did that. I'm kind of working on that still. Do I have anything else in here? No. Okay. Then I've just got stuff everywhere if you haven't gathered. Yeah, that's that. Then I did some knitting, and I just did a couple dishcloths. These are like my basic standard dishcloth that I always make. Did one like in brown, and I finished one in mustard. And then I am knitting another one in brown. I am just started, so there's really nothing to see. But I started picking up dishcloths again because for a couple days this past week it was 80 degrees randomly, and we had shut our AC off and I wasn't about to turn it back on. So I worked on these. So I worked on that, some dishcloths. I put some work in my shawl, but I'm not going to show this yet because I don't know, there's not a whole lot to see yet because now that I'm to the very end of this thing, the rows are very long, so you don't really notice a difference. What else? There's so much stuff. I picked up the cross stitch I'd gotten ages ago and started working on this. So you'll see I've got like all of the red done in here, and I've started going in with some of the white detailing in the body of the car. You can't really tell, but that is 2 different color reds. Oh, maybe you can. It's very subtle, which is a little annoying, but that's okay. But yeah, I am working on the car, which this has been a lot of fun to work on. And then my most recent shenanigans are, again, I had a girls' weekend, not last weekend, but the weekend before. I met up with a couple of my friends, and we ended up going to Joann's. So they had another thread sale, and I decided I would try crocheting with, I've only used cotton so far, and I wanted neons, so I had to go polyester. Ooh, this is a pink. This camera cannot handle this, but this is a pink. This is neon orange. This is like a neon peachy pink. Yeah, nope, it's just gonna blow out. They're that neon. Neon lime green. And a neon yellow. And then I got a purple because I was in the Halloween mood. And a black because then I can keep these all polyester without worrying about it. Oop, 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 oop. And then I started crocheting. So I'm going to have to insert pictures of these because, again, these are too small for me to actually like show well normally. So, oh my goodness. Like, I have a penny for scale. But this, I promise you, is the tiniest little... Where's my crochet hook when I need it? This is the tiniest little pumpkin. I have to use the knitting needle to hold it. I made 2 of these. Oops. So I did take a picture of these at work the other day with a penny so you could see the difference in size. So I did those. I made this snowflake. None of these have been blocked yet, so this one I actually might be able to show because it's maybe ish. There we go. Kind of. I did a little snowflake. I have a little like daisy with the neon center. And these are the ones that aren't woven in yet. Then I did a whole bunch. Whole bunch. So I made a ton of these smaller flowers. These are all like that little daisy. They're just all these little flowers. This one is a larger flower, like the ones that I've already made earrings with. Again, I will put pictures in here because I've got a bunch of these little flowers. And then I had an idea for some earrings that I thought would be cool. So like kind of like a mismatch earring style. So one earring would be a large black flower and a little pink. This is that pink that's going to blow out. And then like a bead. And then the other earring would be the inverse and a bead. So I did those. And I've been working on this. Like this week, this is what I've been working on. And then lastly, I have been working on a snowflake pattern I found online. And honestly, this is actually decently sized being crocheted out of thread. So imagine... it's like sewing thread. Imagine crocheting this out of crochet thread. It would probably be like... So this is not done yet. I still have quite a ways to go. But yeah, I did a whole bunch of micro crochet. To the point that I went into my sewing stash of thread and pulled out... Where is it? Is this the one? No, this is where I put my... I pulled out some colors, like some teals, because obviously they're getting blown out. I have a clear nylon. I was curious. I don't know if I can do anything with it. And then I had these from a family friend up in Houghton. They gave me these like vintage threads, and I realized these are all mercerized cotton. So what better way to use some of these vintage threads than to turn them into earrings, I thought. But anyway, that is what I have been working on. I have one stash enhancement. I got this again at Joann's when I went. This is the Knit and Crochet hand dyed. It's merino polyamide, superwash merino, and 75%, 25% polyamide. And I thought these would make a cute pair of socks. Maybe like a pair of shorty socks. I don't know yet, but I don't know, for whatever reason, the pink bubblegumness of it just caught my attention, and it was like, for socks? Or even a hat or something? I think socks. Thought socks was my initial reaction. Would be really fun. So I got that. And I think that is everything. This is going to be a really long episode as it is, because I am going to splice everything together. So enjoy chatting with Tori of the past for a little while, and I will meet you back here at the end, and we will go from there. Hello. Hello. You gonna help me film the podcast today? Yeah. It has been a hot minute since my last podcast, and I have a little guest. Miss Lady is here. Get a little sweetie. So yeah, it has been a hot minute since I have podcasted, and I think mainly it's just been like, I don't have time when I should just do it. So anyway, I have some things to share. For starters, I did finally take finished object photos of my finished sweaters that I shared in my last episode. So I think I'm going to put those here. So it would be the Vestie and the Idlewild cardigan. Both patterns have been released and are available on Ravelry and each designer's website. And these are done. So, inserting photos here, I finally went outside to take these photos because it wasn't 8,672 degrees, which was nice. Blech, sorry, fiber. Anyway, yeah. So we finally have decent photos of those. And then I was so happy about the finished sweaters that I cast on another one and finished it in a week. So this is the Tolsta tank. It's just I knit this out of a cotton blend. Give me this lady. I get this out of a cotton blend. And it's just a basic tee. Let me see who this is by. I don't remember. There's actually a couple options in the pattern to do some different mods. I didn't do any. I just did the basic pattern. So this is the Tolsta tee by the Cribia Designs. I don't know. It is a paid pattern on Ravelry. I also have the tank pattern. I haven't knit that out. I've had this yarn for forever, and I actually didn't use all of it even. I had like 5 or 6 skeins of this cotton blend. It's an old discontinued yarn. I don't remember what it's called, but you can wash it in the washer. I could probably throw it in the dryer. I don't know that I will. And yeah, it's just a nice basic tee. It's actually pretty warm, even with the cotton content. So I haven't really been able to wear it yet because it's been too warm. It's like, I view this as like a sweater shirt, but it's very, very toasty. So I'll have to wear it when it cools down a little bit more. But yeah, I finished this in about a week. So then I went to Wisconsin Sheep and Wool and got so inspired. So inspired. So Wisconsin Sheep and Wool is 20 minutes or 25 minutes from our house. And my coworker and I ended up going because we're super into knitting, and she had never been to anything like this before. I kind of knew what to expect, but I hadn't either. And it was just the most fun time. I got to spin on a couple different wheels, tested them out, see all these dyers in person that I've never seen before. And my favorite part is I got to meet Laura from the Knit Girls, and she is the sweetest human on the planet. I think my phone is falling forward again. I'm sorry. There we go. Anyway, she is the sweetest human on the planet. Gave me a big hug, was super kind. Apparently Leslie was there this weekend too, but there was a quilt show going on, so I think she was probably at that when we were there. But yeah, Laura from the Knit Girls, a delightful human. She is the sweetest person, so that was very fun. Got to see a whole bunch of sheep. I ended up with like a little alpaca stuffy keychain thing. It's on my keys, so I don't have it in here. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Then after that, I got really inspired. Where did I put that? I got really inspired by spinning. I haven't washed this yet, but I have had this fiber, the first the first braid of 2 braids of fiber on the wheel for forever. And in 2 days I finished it. So this hasn't been washed yet. I really should do that today. I don't know what the yardage is. I haven't counted it. So I have to do that too. But I finished spinning the first braid and completely spun the second braid, and then I spun the last bit on itself. So I just need to wind this off. I haven't done that yet. But I have this chunky yarn. This was Honeybee Knits. She doesn't dye yarn or fiber anymore, but I had gotten it at the very end of her shop's lifetime. And yeah, I think this is going to be super nice. There's a decent amount of yardage here because it was 2 braids. Was it 2 4-ounce braids maybe? I don't remember. But decent amount of yardage, super soft. Not sure what I'm going to make out of it yet, but I finished this. And it's so squishy. I like it a lot. So I got some time in on my wheel. I actually did work on with my drop spindle a little bit too, but I don't have that in here to show. So yeah, I got that completed. It really makes me want to start another spinning project. My wheel is currently empty. There's nothing on the wheel, so I really need to start something new. So I don't know what I'm going to do there, but I did finish that. As for works in progress, I am still working on that blanket. Honestly, I made a whole bunch of squares, or hexagons, they're not squares. And then I kind of burnt out on it, and I was like, okay, I need to set it down and do something else. So I picked back up my Dotted Rays shawl by Stephen West. I am now to the point where I have surpassed the largest size in the shawl, and I'm now just basically using the formula to do my own thing. And I am just adding the last color. So there is no way I'm gonna be able to show this thing in its entirety. But basically it's neon, it's bright, and the last color that's going in is this gorgeous color here. The blue here that I knit, I ended up to follow like my pattern that I had been doing. I had some scraps left in my little bin where I put my sock yarn scraps to use in my blanket. Because I've used this color so many times, I had extra. And I had to grab that and add it in here, and I had literally just enough. This is all that was left. So I used a full skein and a good part of another one. That's all I had left. So I am working on this. Really enjoying this. I want to get this done soon because this has a lot of memories in it. This was the shawl I cast on as our like 5-year anniversary trip. My husband's cousin's wedding, all of the things. I purposefully knit on this in every state that we drove through, including Indiana, which is where I was born. And yeah, so it's got a lot of good memories to it, and I've just knit on it on and off over the past over a year now. So I'd really like to get that done because it sat untouched for a hot minute. But yeah, once I get that done, I'm gonna have the world's largest blanket. And this isn't a bag that I sewed years ago. It's just a giant, like you can find a lot of those like box project bags. And I just winged it and expanded it into this big thing, and I love it. It holds a sweater or more. So I've got that going. I have been working on socks. There's fiber everywhere. The socks that I have in my purse I've been picking up. I actually haven't been bringing my knitting to work like a separate knitting project. I've just been working on my socks. At the Fiber Festival, I brought my yarn minder and the hat that I had cast on forever ago. I didn't get a whole lot done on that though, so I didn't bother showing that. And then over, was it last Friday? I think I did most of this. I was just playing around with pumpkins. So I knit these 2 guys. No pattern, I just winged it because most of these, they're all the same. Then today I was testing out something else, like a slightly different style, and I did these. I don't like this one as much. It just didn't have enough stitches for what I was trying to do. This one's a little better, but compared to this, I don't know that the purl ridge is worth it. I think it makes it almost too bumpy. Holy dusty. Well, what used to be a field is at the end of our street. It's no longer going to be a dead end, but what is left of the field is blowing dust through the neighborhood. Holy cow. But anyway, this is absolutely, like, I think these two are my favorite. I literally have had them on my desk like this. So I knit those. And then I was messing with like a crochet version. This isn't going to look like a whole lot because all I had was this like white. I was trying to do like a crochet version that I could turn into an earring. I don't know. I'm not really sold on it right now. And I don't have orange. I don't have orange crochet thread, which is ironic because I have every other color under the sun, but I don't have orange. That I could find. I didn't dig everywhere. But I don't know. I don't know if I like these as much. Maybe I would like them more if they were orange and more obvious, because obviously I need to add a stem, and I think it would be cute with a little vine off of it, like a little leaf, and then it'd be super cute. But for now, I'm not sold on these, because the goal was I wanted to figure out how to make these and then micro crochet them with sewing thread. But honestly, I don't know if I'd want them that small. I wonder if I'd want it like this big, you know, like as an earring. I don't know. But anyway, I did those. I think there's one more in here. I don't know. I worked on them and I literally just threw them in my notions pouch, which tells you how happy I was with them at the time. They actually don't look as bad now as they did the night I did them, but again, because I used like an ivory, yes, there are white pumpkins, and normally when I go to a pumpkin patch, I pick a white pumpkin if they have them, because I think they're so cool. But is it obvious what it is right now? No. So I was messing with that, and then I'm trying to think what else I have before I go down this next rabbit hole. I'm sure I'm missing some stuff since it's been a hot minute, and so I will just pick that up whenever I can. Lady, are you making biscuits? She's making biscuits in the chair. She gotta knead that spot so she can lay down properly. But I don't know. I was doing a lot of like little stuff here and there, and then yeah, just kind of picking up things and putting them down. I redid my basket of works in progress, and I've got that in our living room. This huge basket. We've put up a little holiday decor at work. I am working on taking down the spring decor that never came down and making maybe making bats and giant pumpkins on the wall. And then we have a pumpkin decorating contest this next week because it's customer service week, and I'm excited. I think I'm gonna do a Beetlejuice themed house pumpkin. We'll see though. I have not seen the new movie, so no spoilers please. I would love to, but I have not. So that leads into honestly this last week. This last weekend, I went with a friend, and we went to the town of Columbus in Wisconsin, and they had like a citywide garage sale. And I got this. This is a Legacy Cricut. So it's the old Cricut Personal. It's not a big machine, as you can see, and if I were only using the cartridge, I'd be very limited with what I can do for it. But I spent $10 on it, and I had to spend another $10 on another cord and like $6 on a cutting net. And I have myself a working Cricut that I have been playing with. The only downside is that because it's an older Cricut, you can't run it on any of the Cricut software, which is fine. I don't want to use Cricut Design Space because it's just not, I don't need it. Literally the reason why I wanted the Cricut in the first place was to print all of my own designs. I don't want to use pre-made stuff. So that has been great. I've been trying to figure out how to calibrate it and like properly get things to cut on cut like with the what's the right size bleed, which is like an extra bit of color, so that when you cut around it, if it's not quite perfect, it still looks good. So I've been working on that, and I think I did a better job last night. I drew these ghost cats last year, and I just printed these on label paper, so you can see they're not exactly on, but I know what I did, so I can kind of figure it out next time. These guys were a little better. But yeah, I had just drawn all these ghost cats last year because I was really into ghost cats. And so these are printed on label paper because that's what I had. And I turned them into stickers. Then, oh, and there's one more. This guy. Then I had been drawing bats into Procreate, which is the drawing app for Apple products, so the iPad. It's a wonderful program. You can make SVG files, which is what you use to cut out on the Cricut. So I had been putting in some bats, so I cut these guys out, and these are also on label paper, so they can be like stuck to whatever. I view these more as like planner stickers because you can't put them on anything that would get wet or extra wear because they're just label paper stickers. But so that was kind of like, I finally figured out how to get everything registered. But then I was like putting this, you can tell that I didn't have this cut properly or have the right amount of bleed, but I just was taking textures that I had made in Procreate and printing them on these. I also tried printing, I came up with a chaos cola. Yeah, so I've been messing with that just about every evening this week. I also got, Dollar Tree has some vinyl that you can get, smaller sheets of like vinyl, like you can get for Cricut, just 2 for $1 instead of really expensive. And they're not big sheets, but I don't want anything big, so I'm excited to mess with those, because those you don't have to worry so much about the registration, because you just put your thing on the sheet and you're not trying to cut around a specific color. It's all that single color. So I'm excited to play with that. Also, because it was so inexpensive, I don't feel like I need to be precious with it as much, which is really nice, because like with these, ink's expensive, so like this is a lot, and I've been doing all kinds of test cuts just on plain paper to avoid spending money on ink. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. I've got all kinds of ideas. I've wanted a Cricut for forever, because in my brain I'm like, I want to be a sticker shop, and in reality that's not going to happen. But now I can at least get it out of my system because I literally have an entire folder on my iPad in Procreate just for stickers, like sticker designs that I have attempted to make. Like this little mug for fall with leaves, or this was just a very cutesy pumpkin. Or let's see, my creative clutter goblin, which is definitely going to be a sticker. Or my, where is it? Beverage Goblin Club sticker. Those are ones that I'm excited about. Or the reminder that the time will pass anyway. And this is not an it's like ominous positivity. It's basically, just do it. The time's gonna pass anyway. But yeah. So I've been doing that, or the candle. Whoa. Please hold. was fun. I use a little suction cup thing to hold my phone on the window and it fell down. So anyway, but yeah, so like Chaos Cola, this was just for fun. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of that, which has been really fun. A lot of drawing on the iPad in the past couple weeks or week and a half. So that has been a lot of fun. I've also been thinking about in the new year, 2025, maybe trying to do a market, an in-person market at some point, which means that I would need to start making a whole bunch of stuff and just stashing it away. I got a sale on Etsy, which I'm so excited about. Yes, I haven't gotten one yet, so I was super excited about that. And it just kind of made me think, I've been thinking I should just try doing an in-person market just for fun, because I like making a lot of stuff and I don't need to have it around all the time. So I'm thinking about that. And I'm even talking to my friend about possibly doing it with her so that, you know, I don't have to have an entire, like, it would be a tabling event. Ideally, it would be an event where I don't have to provide the table, or if I have to provide the table, not an event where you have to bring your own tent or something like that. I want it to be as low cost as possible. So I'm thinking about doing that. I've been thinking about what I can make to sell at such event, because basically then I'll make a whole bunch of them and I'll stash them away, because I get into modes where I want to make the same thing over and over and over again. And so I might as well harness that and save it for a future. So if you have any things you'd like to see, let me know. You know, I do stuffies, this type of stuff, earrings, bookmarks. I've thought about doing, I knit a lot of dishcloths. I thought about making some dishcloth sets just because that wouldn't be very expensive. But yeah, let me know what you think. Okay, so now that we've gotten that over with and we are back to the future, yeah, I figured I would just say thanks for hanging around. Thanks for still coming back to this channel when I go on these random hiatus. We'll do a little bit of life lately. I'll hopefully just like splice this into the end of that, so you'll get that life lately and then you'll get this life lately. So what has happened since I filmed the old stuff? Let's see, I had my girls' weekend. It was a lot of fun. We hung out for a long weekend. I took a day off of work so that we could just all hang out and have fun and do crafts and just, you know, just hang out. It was a lot of fun. Very cozy. Last weekend I was sick out of my mind. I was so sick. I got sick. I think I caught something on the girls' weekend. And because we went to a monster truck rally geared towards kids because of my friend's little boy, and it was a lot of fun, but I'm sure I picked it up there because Hot Wheels monster truck rally, yeah, of course there's gonna be something. And then yeah, I got Monday I started to feel off. Tuesday I had to leave home early from work. I stayed home Wednesday. I should have stayed home Friday because I didn't. I was sick all of Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, and I had to call in Monday. And finally Tuesday of this week I felt better. So I really haven't done a whole lot until Tuesday, because that entire week I basically just sat and existed because I felt so cruddy. My voice still isn't 100% back, but it's mostly back, so that's great, and I feel a million times better. But yeah, between a girls' weekend and then just being sick, it's nice to be back into things. I have some things I want to do. I've got some stuff that I want to use to organize my closet again, my craft closet a little bit more. I have ideas for more things I want to make, because now that I'm feeling better, I'm like, ooh, I should start thinking about what I'm going to make for Christmas for people. I always try to make like a little ornament or something. So I got to sort that out. I need to finalize my Halloween costume this year. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I'm thinking about being like a dragon rider from Fourth Wing. Yeah, which is a a series of books. The third book is coming out in January, but the first two books are really good. So I'm thinking about doing that because it's easy. A, I get to wear black leggings at work. So it's comfy. And B, it's easy. I really don't have to acquire anything. I'm going to have to make like one thing, and then I can just basically go to work and be like, I am a dragon rider. So easy to work in, comfy to sit in. It'll be great. But yeah, I think that's about it. I am going to go hopefully actually edit this time this weekend, so you actually see this within a reasonable amount of time. And yeah, thanks for sticking around. I hope you have a great week. You can find me on Instagram as Tori Schaffner. You can find me on Ravelry as lilwestie, Lilwestie. YouTube, obviously, you found me here. I do have a Tori Schaffner Studio Facebook page now. I basically just use it to cross-post the podcasts. WilliamMastodon.wordpress.com is still up. I'm not putting show notes there. If I have any show notes, I'm putting them into the description. It's just easier. And if you have a question about something, just let me know. I'll answer you. But yeah, let me think. I think I've got all the socials, hopefully. And then, yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe to my channel, share it with friends, comment below. Hopefully we can grow this little community and I can be more consistent going into fall. And I will see you in my next video. Have a great week.